All right, we're going to try and make this work with baby. Good morning. Morning for me. Oh, I really feel this morning the truth of how just amazingly fortunate I am, and this is why. It's such a it's an honor. It's like get to I get to witness a person forming and developing and coming into being right in front of me. And I get to learn from him, actually learn. As being a dad has, it's taught me so much. And one of the things that I'm learning from it is what love is and how to do it and why it's so necessary. It's like the currency of existence. And it's a kind of thing that would have been very hard for me to learn outside of the context of becoming a dad. And it's funny because, on one hand, being a dad is incredibly limiting. It puts restraints on what you can do to a level that I just hadn't experienced before. And so I think it's easy to maybe fall into a trap of looking at those restraints and thinking, I could be doing so much more right now if I didn't, have a family as part of this, as part of my life picture. And that's true. That's absolutely true. In a way, because the other side of that coin is that all of the doors that having a family has closed for me are worth it. Because the one that I'm going through, the door of creating life and getting to experience what that means and how it impacts me and everything, that's all better. And it's a it's a hell of a ride. Oh God, I get to carry this baby around every day, and I get to kiss him just like that. Look at this guy. Can you see him? Sorry, my microphone is in the way. Oh, yeah, amazing, just amazing. I can't even. It's helped me discover being human. It's a process, I'm learning about it. And, carrying a child around, carrying them, not putting them in a stroller, not doing a baby carrier, but being the one to carry them. Morning. Oh my God. Do you mind being in my video? I'm actually talking about fatherhood and carrying babies around.
Look at this. We got another one.
Oh my God.
Hi. The thing to do.
Oh, cool. Good to see you, Andy.
You too.
Yeah. Yeah, you too. That's fantastic. Never mind the fact that I just poo-pooed baby carriers and then came across a friend carrying a baby in his baby carrier. It's okay. It's okay. Just don't do the stroller, please, for the love of God. Oh, what a way to disconnect parents from their children, is to strap them into a stroller and not be in physical contact with them. You miss out. You miss out on the beauty of having a baby. And in this case, a naked baby up against my naked chest. You know, I do this specifically, like where I wear this kind of oversized shirt. It's big enough that I can wrap around either my baby or my 3-year-old, and I can carry them. And when I'm carrying the baby, oh, it's a naked baby on my naked chest with this big shirt wrapped around. And if that's not heaven, I don't know what is. Oh, and I wanted to start this morning really being there for this joy. Now, granted, recording a video isn't exactly being there for this joy. So when I'm done recording, hang this thing up and I'll get back to being fully present with my baby. But I did want to talk about it and just, being connected to this human that is half me. And I get to foster that connection. How important is that? How many people grew up with some amount of fracture in the connection to their caretakers, any caretakers? And so it just feels so good to be a part of a connected unit, a family. And I have a very small family, really. You know, I grew up in a small family, and I have a small family myself now. And that's hard. I don't think it's particularly natural, you know. I think our history as a tribal people meant that we're really designed to be closely connected with dozens of people, intimately connected, and connected with people that accept us totally. And that's a wild one right there that I've been thinking about a lot, because I've only recently, very recently, really had some idea of what it meant to be in full acceptance of someone, and that someone was myself. And really coming to terms with the fact that I wasn't in loving acceptance of myself. And so this thing that I think we need that loving acceptance. We need it from basically everyone around us. You know, going back to that tribal history. We need everyone around us to be in loving acceptance of us. And I wasn't even doing it for myself, let alone all of the people just kind of passing through my life. I don't necessarily feel the loving acceptance from random people, you know, because modern life is kind of surrounded by random people. But I wasn't even doing it for myself. But having this baby is helping me understand why it's so important, because this little guy needs it. Needs total loving acceptance, just 100%. And I'm no different. Just because I'm dad doesn't mean I don't need that total loving acceptance. And I can practice that. I can practice it for myself. I can practice it towards other people. Oh, what a beautiful morning. This is actually my second walk with this guy. So we have settled into something resembling a routine, which is kind of wild. But, having a second kid just kind of breaks you in a way. At least it has us. Oh, my God. But anyway, right? What happened this morning was it happens a few times a week. I'll call that a routine. And what it was I got up around 4:30 or 5, somewhere around there. And I had some time to myself, which for me meant I got to meditate. And then, from my office, which is where I was doing that, I'm listening to see when this guy starts fussing in the bedroom with my wife. And when I hear him start fussing, which kind of happens in the morning, like he has to go to the bathroom, basically, I go in and I'm wearing this shirt and I take him from my wife, who's been with him all night. And I take him and I go for a walk in like early morning walk. And so we did that earlier. We went for a little walk through the woods and it's fantastic. And I keep him for as long as I can, but then pretty soon he needs to feed again. So I take him back to my wife. I wake her up and I got to give her back the baby. And then I do some other things. I made a little breakfast shake for her, got it in the fridge and ready for her and stuff. And just little things like that. But then I took him again, and she has now, hopefully, theoretically, some time to get ready for our day, which is starting very soon. By the way, I got to get back to my house and get going because we have a doctor's appointment to get to. But that's kind of the way it works, where I'll get up early, I get some me time, and then I take the baby, and she gets a little bit of uninterrupted sleep, like an hour at most, and then back to feeding and just starting the day. But having kids, I want to kind of circle back to all the doors that it closed, because it closed a lot of doors, and that's worth noting, and it's worth appreciating that, man, there are a lot of things that I don't consider to be options anymore. And that's okay, because I'm getting something better. I'm getting something way better in return for that. Like I get to walk around on a beautiful morning like this with a little baby. My little baby. Theoretically, my little baby. I'm told it's my baby. Okay. Oh, yeah. I hope you have the best damn day that you've ever had. And, I want to tell you that you're completely and totally justified in being exactly who you are right now. I'm telling myself that in order to love yourself, you got to see the whole picture and appreciate it, that there's nothing about me that isn't justified. That the equation is correct, All of the problems, not problems, but, math problems on the left side of the equal sign really does equal what's on the right side. And that means that, in that sense, you're perfect. And And we don't have to wait to love ourselves. We don't have to get any better in order to love ourselves. There's nothing wrong with getting better, but it's not necessary to have a complete and total loving acceptance of you. Just like I don't have to wait for this guy to get better to have a complete and total loving acceptance of him. So that's why I love you. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.